Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. Your girl got some talk. Like, we just gonna jump straight into it. Y'all, a few days ago, my son got a text message from his dad. And his dad did not text me because Buddy Boy is blocked, okay, on my phone. He is blockity block. But my son got a text message and it was from his dad, and he was just saying, I love you, son. I had an incident at work, but I will be fine. I'm just letting you know, and everything will be okay. Don't worry about me. So the way that his dad is, he would not involve our son into this type of thing and get him worried unless it was something serious. Like, he hurt himself at work all the time. Many stuff like, dang, I done messed up my leg and I tripped on this thing and this and that. He has like a warehouse job. He's been there for 10 years and he's a forklift operator. So he deals with chemicals and this and that and the third. But yeah, for him to actually text our son about it was like, okay, what's going on? So I tried to call him off of my son's phone. I tried to call him off of my phone. I had unblocked him. I had to unblock him, y'all. Tried to call him off of my phone. It was not no answer. I texted him, no response. So I started calling the hospital. And yes, he was there in an emergency room. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I asked the lady, what was going on. And she said something happened with his job. And right now they got him in some type of chemical shower, trying to get the chemicals off, whatever the case is. And she was just like, ma'am, he's okay. And nothing to worry about. But I know that's how hospitals are. Like, sometimes I went in there, they ain't even falling apart. And they just be like, okay, you're fine. We're going to get you discharged. So it's one of them things where I really had to hear from him myself. They would not let me speak to him, and they said they no longer have phones inside of those rooms, hospital rooms. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I tried to call him. I left him a message, hey, call me when you get this. And he ended up calling me back maybe like an hour or so later. And I was just like, did they tell you to give me a call? Did they let you know that I called for you? And he said, yeah, they let me know. So I was like, okay, what's going on? And y'all, he had a explosion, like a mini explosion at his job, and he was on fire. His hands are all burnt up, and I'm not gonna insert no pictures or anything to respect his privacy, but his hands are all burnt up. His face is burnt, his ear is burnt, above his eyebrow is burnt. Like, his hands got it the worst though. His hands are really, really, it's terrible. It's really, really bad. And I thank God that, he's still here. So it just made me think, like, when I first got that, notification that something happened to him, and when I actually called the hospital and they confirmed it, everything without, like, all the anger or whatever I had towards him went out the window, and I just really wanted him to be straight. It's like, it's all that went out the window. I just could only think about him and is he okay? And that was just so crazy. Like, I don't know. All these feelings came. Like, I really hope that this man is okay. But at the same token, this man has put me through a lot. He asked me, he was like, yeah, I might need help cooking or bathing and things like that. And I know that, and it's crazy because Big Star is the only one who really could do that. Because you don't mess with no chick heavy enough for her to actually bathe you. And you're not comfortable with your family doing that. And, our son is like, I just rather help you out with that. So, or he would just rather have me help out with that too. So, y'all, he asked me that. I was gonna say, girl, he asked me that like I'm talking, but y'all are my best friends. He asked me that. And I'm like, dang. I said yes, but then I'm like, let me call my daddy. I called my daddy after I got off the phone with him, and I just let my dad know what was going on because my dad was at my house right before he texted my son's phone. So I was like, yeah, Dad, as soon as you left, you would never believe what happened. And I went through the whole shabam like I did with y'all, and I was just like, what do you think I should do, Dad? And my dad was like, to be honest, if that were me back then, yes, I would want your mom to help me out. Like, we're family at the end of the day. But I know your mom wouldn't do it. But I would want her to. But obviously, it's something that you're going to have to discover for yourself. Because, yeah, you did go through a lot with this one. So it's just on you. It's how you want to feel. So I talked to my sister about it. I get it. My dad just said it's in my hand. Well, ultimately, it is my decision. I talked to my sister about it, too. Y'all, I was for real. Like, I need to know what to do. So my sister, I was like, would you do it for your ex-husband? Now, me and my son's dad were never married, but I've known this man for half of my life. I first laid eyes on him when I was about 14, 15 years old. And I'm 30. Going to be 31 next month. So we grew up together, and we got together 13 years ago. So we knew each other for a long time. We got together 13 years ago. We stayed together for a few years, and now it's like he said, like, I'm gonna deal with you in some sort of way for the rest of my life because of our child. So I talked to my sister about it with her ex-husband. She knew him almost just as long as I knew my child father. She knew him like 3 years. Do I want to say we knew our child fathers at the same time, but she just got with hers earlier. Even though I knew mine at 14, 15, I wasn't with him. You understand? But at that point, since my sister is older than me, she was with her child's father. But it balances out. We knew them for about the same amount of time. So I'm like, yeah, dude, what would you do if that was him? And she was just like, honestly, he put me through a lot. I don't think I would do it. But at the same token, don't block your blessings. Do what's on your heart. And I know that I don't like your baby daddy, but do what's on your heart because he is in a very messed up jam. Okay, I understand. I just didn't want to look weak. It's not about should I help him. I just didn't want to look weak. If y'all see my old vlogs, me and this baby daddy, we had lost a whole child last year. And when I say he left me by myself with that, he left me by myself with that. Like, my mom had to come over and cook for me and help me up and this and that. Like, he tried to do little things like check in on me, but I didn't even want to talk to him. He wasn't going to weigh on me hand and foot, number one. He wasn't going to make sure I was okay. He wasn't going to spend a night at my house every day until, I get back to health. His job is an excuse like, oh, I got to work or this and that. But he wasn't going to spend his available time helping me, even if it's every week or something. Like, it'll just be every now and then. But I just didn't want half of him. Like, I was healing and I just needed someone there consistently to take care of me. Not only just emotionally healing, but I had a miscarriage. They had to perform an emergency D&C. Also, I got a laparoscopy while I was in there because I have a history of endometriosis. Also, I got my left fallopian tube and my left ovary removed. That's 4 different things in that one day. Yeah. So it's the mental of losing my baby, and it's the pain from all these surgeries. It was a very life-threatening surgery. And he left me alone with that. And that was just last year. And it's just crazy how now it's a year later, the tables is turned and he need me. And his severity, I'm not going to compare it, but I think I probably was in a little bit more pain. So it's just like, I want him to be okay. But a piece of me was just like, dang, like, I hate how it's this thing when he did me so dirty just 1 year ago, and now look at me hear from him. I hate how big my heart is that I want to make sure that he's straight. I want to make sure he's okay. And this is bothering me. Like, once I actually talked to him later on, because he did keep in touch and kept me updated, it seemed like, shoot, I was more concerned than he was. I was more messed up waiting on his phone call than he was, y'all. Like, I was preparing, I was mopping, bleaching the house. Like, I was clean. My house stays clean anyway, but I was just freshening up. You know how you freshen up? I'm like, dang, is he gonna get discharged today? He gonna probably need a spot. Like, he probably ain't gonna be able to be at his house. Like, I'm just getting everything ready, doing laundry, fresh sheets, pillows. Like, I'm just getting everything prepared just in case. Getting the ingredients. I told him I'll make some chili. Like, hey, I'll cook you a pan just so you could take it home. If you need help with cooking and stuff. I was just really helping him. And I was extending myself. And I didn't want to feel goofy because he could have did that for me. He could have did that for me. Whew. Well, long story short, y'all, I ended up going to the hospital. He got discharged. He didn't get discharged. He got transported. So he got transported to a hospital in another state. And this was about an hour away. And that's how severe his burns were. So the next morning, because I was trying to come out to our local hospital, but he told me not to come because he was finna get transported. So the next day, I went up to the hospital in the other state. He did send me some money for the gas and everything. They asked me, can I stop and go get him a charger for his phone. So I'm making errands, y'all. And I go all the way out there, y'all. I went to the wrong hospital. I drove an hour to the wrong hospital. And they like, the other one I'm looking for is on the other side of town, which was about 30 minutes out. So now I gotta drive to the other one, y'all. Long story short, between the errands and going to the wrong hospital, me and son was out for 2 hours. 2 hours. We were driving for 2 hours. He did let me know that his family was supposed to be there, his mom and his sister, and he didn't want us to kind of be there at the same time. We got a history, y'all. Oh, this is my best friend. I'm gonna call y'all right back. Not me saying I was gonna call y'all back. Okay, so yeah, me and his family got a history, y'all, and it's just from when I was, I don't know, 18, 19. Me and him would get into it, this, that, and the third. Police get called out, and you know, his family just didn't like me from way back then. They didn't like me upon meeting me because by the time I met his family, I was 18 years old, but I already had a child. And they kind of looked at me like ready-made family, like, be careful with her. She's able to have another baby. Like, she's very you know the word I'm looking for. But y'all, I just fertile. That's the word I'm looking for. But y'all, I just can't I can't extend myself no more. And I'm gonna go deep into it. Like, when I first got that phone call, I was tore up. But when I got there with him, he was acting like everything is okay. Like, he cool, he fine. But then I looked on his Facebook later on, and we're not even friends on Facebook, but I looked on his Facebook later on. I seen that he was adding to his stories, you know, updates, telling people it hurts so much and this and that. But I'm actually here in the moment, and he's telling me it's fine. It's like, you dating and telling me I don't want sympathy from you, but then you're asking online for sympathy from everybody else. And his mom and sister ended up not even showing up, and they had told him like, hey, Star's still up there, and he was like, yeah. And they was like, well, give her your house key and I'll go feed your cat. Y'all, he didn't even want to give me his keys for me to feed his cat. He just gave it to his sister for his sister to do it. But you know what? Hey, less work for me. I ain't got to keep going in there every day to feed your cat. So the sister went in there and I gave her the keys, and this is my first time seeing his sister in about 10 years. No, take that back. Maybe like 7, 8 years. I ain't seen his sister in a long time. Maybe like a good 8 years. And she looked the same, but she looked different. She lost some weight. And, you know, when she pulled up, and I had met her at this grocery store parking lot, kind of by his house. She pulled up, and I'm, hey, girl, and she, hey. And, you know, we was all cool. It was kind of like old times. Like, his sister used to be my shabam. Like, we was rocking back then. I was like, you look good, girl. She was like, you look good, too. Like, okay, I see you, your journey, lock journey, whatever. And we was just, it was cool. It just seemed like old times. And our son had gave her the keys, and she gave him a hug and told him he getting so big and this and that. And she just saying thank you and let me go feed this cat. And I said, good luck, girl, because he a scratcher. It's an airplane, excuse me. I was finna roll up my windows, but I'm tripping. It's too hot for that. But yeah, so I'm like, he a scratcher, so be careful. But that was just giving her a little hint, like, yeah, I've been up in there. But she was like, yeah, thank you for the heads up. So my thing is, y'all, later on he had called me. He made sure that I was cool. I made it home. I went out there to visit him. I got on the road at 11. I didn't make it there till almost 1. And then by the time we stayed up there for hours, by the time I came back home to my house, it was like 7:00 p.m. That was my whole day between being up there with him and being on the road. So the whole thing was crazy, y'all. When I got home, he called me as soon as I stepped through the door. He wanted to make sure, you know, we made it home okay, this and that. And I told him, yeah, and he was just saying it was good seeing me. And I thought, I don't know, for some reason I thought that, I'm not expecting us to be together or anything, but I thought this was a count for something. I thought he would see that, you know, I'm there for you and no one else is, you know, there for you. Like, what are other girls at? What the thoughts at? You know, like, even when I was there, it was some girl blowing up his Snapchat to the point where he had put his phone on silent, but I seen like 3 messages back to back come through. It's like, where they at? I'm up here, Star up here. And I get home and he tell me, thank you. You know, I appreciate you. I really enjoy seeing you, you know, our son and everything today. And I appreciate you bringing him. And I had a lot of time, a lot of fun seeing you too. So everything was cool. But then Have you ever been with somebody who is like so hurt to the point where they start bringing up old stuff, and they bring up old stuff that y'all been through? Like, he the type of person where he would say, oh, the past, well, what about years ago when you did X, Y, and Z? And it's like, you need to see things for what it is today. Stop bringing up old stuff from 10 years ago. I don't want to hear it. I get tired of hearing it. And it's just something that, like, you need to heal from and get over. We were kids. We were teenagers. We were in our early 20s. Stop bringing up how I called the police on you when we were 21 and now you went to jail because, stop. Baby, you was out by Monday. Stop. Seriously, stop. People go through a lot worse. Stop. And I feel like he is unhealed from that. And I'm not trying to put a time limit on his healing, but come on now, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years, y'all. We had a whole baby together. We had a whole baby last year. Unfortunately I had that miscarriage, but just stop. See me for who I am today. And it's to the point where he's pushing me away because you're asking me for help. You're asking me to cook for you. You're asking me to help you bathe. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. You're not comfortable enough for one of these little thoughts you talking to do it. And you're not comfortable. Well, they're not gonna do it. And you're not comfortable for your family, your mom, or nothing to come in and see you bathe. It's all on Big Star. And I just feel like you're not appreciating me to make me want to do that. You still reminding me at the same token. It's kind of like this, like, Star, I'm gonna need help with X, Y, and Z. But this don't mean we together. We still not together though. And I just healed from that. Like, I have been on my own journey in my own peace. Like, I blocked his number for months, y'all. Months. And I was feeling really good. Just his name, his face, nothing crossed my mind. I was just feeling really good, just enjoying my life. And I had to take 2 Tylenols last night after getting off the phone with him because he started talking about old stuff, and he started talking about, oh, we would have been together to this day if you ain't cheat on me when we was 22. Like, what? This man finna be 33 years old. You talking about something 10 years ago? Are you serious? And it's to the point now where it's up to me. It's to the point now where, like, okay, Star, you can either deal with this, let him get through his 50s, and maybe when y'all 40, he would see that this was 20 years ago and he wouldn't have let it go. Or, Star, you could walk away now and not even give him the room to grow and see you for who you are, because you gave him 10 years to do that and he still hasn't. 10 years. He's wasting your youth. Because don't let you get in another marriage or relationship. It's going to push him away further and further. So it's almost as if you got to be available. Just pray that he available, and you got to be ready for him to come back to you. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm not wasting another 10 years. And it's dang near to the point where, he talks about his fitness a lot. He's proud that he is skinny. He's proud that he is very thin, and he's proud that he can look the same way he did in high school, essentially. And I be feeling like it's little shots at me because I did gain a lot of weight. I mean, I done had 3 pregnancies and, just going through life and just the way people grow. And I'm not obese or anything, but I'm happy with the skin that I am, and I am feel like I'm pretty healthy. I eat healthy. I drink a lot of water. This is my electrolyte. I feel like I'm, doing the right things that I'm supposed to do. And he just says little things like he's glad, he's still at his job because he don't want to get an office job. He want to heal so he can go back to work because it keeps him on his feet, and he don't want to sit in the office because that's when he's going to start getting fat and lazy, and he's going to gain about 20-30 pounds. And the thing that hurts me is I weigh about 20-30 pounds more than him. So it's like, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to call me fat? Like, what are you trying to say? And with you having your scarring from your burnt and stuff, yes, it's going to heal, but it's to the point where you will never look the same. Face, ears, eye, everything. And I still look at you for you. I still look at you as the guy I met when I was 14, 15 years old. I still look at you like the guy I knew half my life, the guy that I had a child with. I don't look at you any differently. So it made me think, and this is what made me decide to just leave him alone. Um, Even when with his hands like that, I don't look at him differently, but I feel like if my hands were like that, it'll be another thing added on to the list of reasons why we can't be together. Like, it'll kind of throw him off if my weight or whatever. And this is thickness. Dude's like, okay, more cushion for the pushing. But he's the type, he likes really skinny chicks. He loved when I was skinny and thin and 18, 19. But I don't even see myself as fat. But the type of chicks he dates compared to, he looks at me like I done gained weight. And it's just like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I love the skin I'm in. And some dude gonna look at me like, oh, she thick. Like, it's crazy. The wrong person can make you feel so insecure about the way that you look. But the right person will thank God that you got, you in the big bitty committee. And it's like, it's natural. And it's like, what dude wouldn't want that? But some dudes really like skinny petite girls with the bust down hair, and some dudes cool with the little natural, she got her earthy vibe, like she cool, like she thick, like she. So I can't go off of what he want. It's the way I love myself, right? I have something in my eye. I'm not crying over this dude. Yeah, it's about the way I love myself. So when he get home, baby, he gonna just have to heal on his own. Like, when I went up to the hospital, he was playing video games in his phone, watching flicks, shows and stuff, messing with the remote, watching stuff on the other TV. He even said he wished he could have brought his game up there. Like, he chilling. It's to the point where he just waiting to get discharged. Although it looks like it severely hurts. And he's putting it on Facebook that he hurt trying to grab attention. But when I'm there, he personally says he's fine. So what do you need me to bathe and cook and this, that, and the third? It's to the point where my family, my mom called me during this video. I'm finna call her back. My family is even checking on him, asking me, is he cool? They're asking me, what's the update? Is he cool? Did he get discharged? Like, what they're going to do to him now? And your family didn't even come up there. But my family asking about you. And they ain't even get down with you the same way your family didn't get down with me. But when times are hard like this, they want to make sure you straight. The father of my child. They care about you because of me and my child. So, I don't know, y'all. I can't get played. And I just feel like even when he comes home, he's going to want me to cook. He's going to want me to help bathe him, which you know what that leads to. And he's not gonna want me to stay with him. Like, the week or two that he has off from work or whatever the case is, he's not gonna want me to stay with him. And my family would not leave me by myself if I was going through that. Like, my mom or somebody would have been here taking shifts. Like, my mom's sister switching, checking in and out on me. But they wouldn't have left me by myself. And I feel like ultimately he wants to be by himself. He wants to be alone. He wants to be in his peace. He wants to play his game. Even if he got to change his own gauze and this and that, he wants to probably have a female friend over to check on him. She couldn't go to a different state to check on him. She wasn't going to do all that, drive 2 hours. But she'll stop by his house locally and check on him, make sure he cool. And what I'm not going to do is cook for you, bathe you, and then I got to leave. So, because you single, right? So your female friends could come over. I got to step out. Me and the kids got to go. We can come back 2 days later. I'm not going to do all that. So, yeah, I wish him the best, healthy healing, safe, speedy recovery. But I'm done. I'm going back to my life. Life is too short to block. I felt really bad for having him blocked and he went through this incident. So I don't know what I'm going to do as far as that goes yet. But as far as giving him my time, space, and energy, I felt like I did my capacity. I visited him, and that was my capacity. I really can't do anything else. So, y'all, thank you for watching my vlog. I just wanted to let you know, be sure to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. The subscribers is going up, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for joining the squad. Like, I really want to be a YouTuber. I really want to be a YouTube creator, a popular vlogger, and I just want to make a living for me and my kids. I feel like I give great advice, and I feel like my life situations, I'm real raw and authentic, and I can share my stories hopefully to help other people. Maybe people have gone through this, or maybe I'm preventing somebody from going through this because they see one of the possible outcomes. So I need to get my own book, but If you guys want to order my book, Many Reasons to Leave That Boy Alone, you can go ahead. It is on Amazon, $5.99. It's 120 blank pages with the lines, and you can write out your reasons. And every time you feel yourself wanting to reach out to that boy or that man, you know, you can review your reasons to leave him alone, and it will just help you get over that guy. And for my fellas, I got you too. Many reasons to leave that chick alone. And you could look through the 120 pages, write down your reasons, and whenever you feel the urge to contact her, it will help you stand on business and stand your ground. And I feel like I need to get my own book right now and write down my reasons and continue adding to my list, because yeah, I can't, I don't have the capacity. If you can even see, my spirits is changing from how I'm usually giddy and happy in these videos. So I'm gonna end the video right now, and I'm just gonna go inside the house and enjoy my family, my kids and everything. And I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Bye.